Everything is good. Audio is good. We've got in chat, I can't see because it's not scrolling up. But I saw Biozine and Magical Raven. Magical Raven, Biozine, how are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. I just need to do one quick thing, double check that it is live and it is functional and everything looks good, which I'm going to say we're good to go. Hello, Biozine. Welcome, welcome, Magical Raven. Don't worry, not going too long in this time. This one's, thank you guys for the likes, too. I saw that pop up immediately. I am going to go for, I don't know, a couple hours of resets just because this is probably the last time I'm able to stream for just a little while. We'll see. I don't know what my schedule looks like, but for now, I'm like, I got some time. It's snowing. I need to shovel, but I might as well wait for it to fall, all of it, before I shovel. So I'm like, I'll go live, give it some time to go ahead and snow out there. Then when it's done, I'll go out there and shovel it. So plus I need the snowblower to do a test run. I need to consider doing that today. So welcome, welcome, Frisk. How are you? Maxim, welcome, welcome. And Lennon, hey, bro, let's have a good hunt. Heck yes. I'm going to go for a couple more hours of resets. Nothing too big this time. But nonetheless, I'm going to start off the first encounter on the left screen here with Giratina on Brilliant Diamond. Nothing for that one. So you guys should be hearing the audio pretty clear on both ends. You should hear my voice, and you should hear only one of the games. You will not be hearing Pokemon Diamond unless we have a reason to turn that audio on. But nonetheless, that's all taken care of. How are you guys doing today? I'm good, thanks. No, that's good to hear, Frisk. For me, it's a winter wonderland out there. So, like I say, I'm letting it snow because it was all clear. Everything was clear, and then, man, it just started blowing in like crazy. I'm like, okay, well, it's going to be one of those days. Which, it happens. It's December. I'm in the north. That's how it goes. But, nonetheless, welcome, welcome, and let me get into the groove of resetting these. I got something in my eye, too. Biozine says, I've had a cold. That sucks. I'm glad you're improving, though. Colds are part of the season, and that is not the fun part. Freaking everybody I know is getting sick. I need to move the chat a little bit right there. Okay. Zach is whack. Welcome. How are you doing? And what's up, Nito says Champion Caloran. Caloran, welcome back. How are you doing? This is the Giratina hunt, except this time I threw the twist on it. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to hunt it, and I'm going to do it with a little class. I'm going to do it in both games. I've confirmed that I can catch Giratina in both games successfully. However, I am not overly prepared. I did not take the time to catch, say, in Diamond, I think the best one would be Togekiss. I think that's how I did the first time. You've got pizza. Is it good? What kind of pizza? So basically, there's a chance of fail. So the Master Ball is on the ready on both games if necessary. But we'll see. You know, when we get to that shiny point, then we'll start talking. But I did a couple of test runs Friday to make sure it would work. And then I showed off a couple of times yesterday that it will work. Just to make sure. Just double checking everything to make sure that I'm not going to get swept by the Satan of Pokemon by accident. Hoping you get one or both of the Giratina shiny. The only one I've got is on Diamond version. Is the only time I've ever caught one. I did not catch a shiny. I never shiny hunted Giratina in Platinum. I only did it in Diamond. So that was over a decade ago. So I'm coming back to it. I figured that was pretty cool. I was like, you know what? What if I came back to Giratina's hunt on the way I knew it and then the new way? And I was like, yeah, I'll do that, you know, simultaneously. So the way it works is actually these both have a nice Sicilian pizza. Pepperoni pizza for me, usually Biozine's for the pepperoni. I do like a little variety. I like to mix it up when I'm doing pizza. Masonry oven pizzas has kind of been my thing lately. But nonetheless, I'd say pretty much anything is good for me. Onions, cherries, pineapple, Anything you can think, sausage, buffalo chicken, anything's good for me. Peppers. I guess sardines is good, anchovies is not. So that's where I draw the line. But that's how I take my pizza. I shouldn't say I prefer. Deep dish is always my favorite. However, that doesn't mean I always want deep dish. For me, while deep dish is definitely my favorite, like I say, if I get a thin crust masonry oven, like wood fire oven, things like that, yeah, sometimes I'm in the mood for that. I'm not always in the mood for the deep dish, but man, the deep dish, when I want it, it delivers. It's insane. You guys, if you've not had deep dish, it's absolutely phenomenal. It's the true meaning of a pizza pie. JaNinjuice says anything except olives. Black olives, I like green olives, but not on pizza. Black olives for sure. Zach is whack. Woke up to Mariah Carey this morning. Feeling festive? How many of you guys in the chat here, how many of you guys are feeling festive? It's easy for me to feel festive because everybody's decorating and the snow is flying. So with that combination, it's absolutely no problem for me to get into the festivities. In fact, I'm probably going to put my tree up right after the stream. I'm going to put my tree up after I clear the driveway off. Don't worry. Christmas music burns you out very quickly. What's up, Prex? How you doing? Skyheart Demon is here. Magical Raven is here. You guys, I was giving you props on Sky's stream, but I should give you props like right now. Thank you guys for being able to mod between two of you. Just Raven and Sky. That's all I had. And you guys modded a chat of 500 people, so mods of the century right there. Man, I can't get over. In fact, I need to get these two out of sync because I'm there we go. I can't get over why they chose not to make Giratina look intimidating over on the left screen here, Brilliant Diamond. Like, look how intimidating the overworld sprite looks for Diamond version versus Brilliant Diamond. Welcome, Slayer. How you do? Actually, Slayer, I apologize. I saw you earlier and I didn't say hi. I think you were there before I went live and then I kind of derped and forgot. Tyrant Day 21-ish. All right, man. When the shiny hunt goes long, it's people like us that we stand up and say, absolutely not going to knock me down. Not giving up. That's what you want me to do. Let me grab some water. All right. Christmas music is good, but if it isn't overplayed... Well, that's the issue. Like, I would say Christmas music, if you hear it, like, what's up, Chicken Nuggies? What's going on, a.k.a. Guesty? Like, for me, when Christmas music gets to the point where I've heard it several days in a row, the same songs, that's immediately when it burns out. Like, it's very quick. So then I go to the more orchestral pieces like Mannheim Steamroller and really enjoy a full composition of Christmas music. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, this is awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy to have Christmas music, holiday music, whatever you want. And then halfway through the month, I'm like, can we just get this holiday over with? I think that's probably how most people feel. Gonna be lurking, Maxim says. While going for my starter, I'll pop back in chat. All right, man, you keep it up. The starter is probably the worst hunt out of all the reset hunts. Granted, at least it's a freebie. You don't have to risk KOing it. But the resets on that are insane. Feel like I'm going to get it one of these streams. Heck yes. Let's do this, Prex. You and I are going to get shinies right now. The only thing is I don't know the exact mechanism on how it works. I kind of question, like, is the RNG back? Because they said it's a faithful remake and mechanics are very similar. So should I be giving it a small amount of time and let the RNG at 60 frames a second fly through? You know, basically don't start the game and immediately click on it, you know? Should I give it a sec? And I don't know. I don't have that data. I know on the right screen here, Pokemon Diamond, I know that's how it works. But I don't know if that's how it works in Brilliant Diamond. Link, welcome, welcome, my friend. How are you on this fine Sunday? I've got one of my own hairs wrapped around my finger because it's getting too long and it's really bothering me. All right, where's I at? Raven says, that's why I feel for anybody working at stores and restaurants. Yeah, I not only do they go insane from listening to the same music over and over and over, but I found out that a lot of stores get holiday help, but then they don't actually tell the workers that they were seasonal. Like, they hire them, and they're like, all right, so, yeah, and they basically don't make it clear that when the holiday season's over, so are they. And I feel kind of bad when I found that out. I'm like, oh, man, how many people are like, all right, I think I might have a job, going forward, and then they find out, no, actually, you only had a job for about 8 weeks. Prex says, it's really weird that they chose to be faithful to, like we have single-use TMs, for example, which I don't know why they did that. But then we have the Sword and Shield experience share. I actually don't mind that experience share for post-game. I'm glad to be able to train things up. I was able to train this team up very quickly, so just to the point where I can survive Giratina and catch it. However, when I want to do a playthrough, I'm looking for a touch difficulty, I'm not talking like, I know a lot of people, they look at Pokemon and they think that it needs to be hard mode. They want super extreme hard, like, just smack me in the face with everything you got. And it's like, that's not what they're going to do because it's Pokemon. It's not for you, it's for children. This game is not marketed primarily towards the teens and adults. Well, maybe the teens a little bit. So they're never going to make it hard mode per se. I mean, I guess they sort of did with Black and White, but at the same time, it's like when they choose not to have that toggle for the experience share, it's like permanent easy mode. At what point, because then you get max or not affinity, affection. You get max affection, and you don't choose that; it just happens, and you're over leveled, so basically nothing can touch you. It's like, well, I kind of did want the challenge. How do you like the graphics of the remake versus the original? I like it. I know that there's a lot of people that were hoping for like a super intense HD remake, and to an extent they could have done that. I knew when they said faithful remakes, and then eventually they announced Game Freak was not the one making the game, I knew that they basically just contracted this game out like, hey, ILCA, all you got to do is make a faithful remake. Like, here's the original, just HD. Any interns, given the time constraints, like, you could have just gotten a bunch of people in college to do an HD remake of the game. As long as they're getting paid and have the time to do it, it's not hard. So I knew that they basically weren't going to change much. It was like, we just want to get some sales. Truthfully, they just said, contract this thing out, wrap it up with a bow, and get this game out. And that sucks a little bit, but I like the improvements, honestly. I can live with that. I can live with it's exactly the chibi style. Nothing's different. I can totally live with that. I'm good with that. I like it. But certainly the battle backgrounds and the music, I mean, they really did improve a lot of things outside of just that. This is one where it falls apart, though, because, here, I'll put it up on screen next to each other. It's been a while since I did that. They didn't just balance the level curves. They just didn't balance the level curves, is what Prex said, at all. I agree. So, I mean, you look at this. Why is Giratina? He's a wimp. You look at the left side, he's a wimp. You look at the right side, and it's like, okay, look at this thing. So that's my, when it comes to graphical things, that's my issue. Is I kind of wish that they had kept it faithful to what the Pokemon was meant to be, not just faithful to make the graphics a little better, But that's kind of where I'm at. Link says, I am still doing the Dialga hunt. It's over 80 hours now. Woo. Link, you got to be, I mean, you're going to be creeping up on the OG odds if you haven't already. You stay strong. You stay in there. Make that thing happen. As many encounters as it takes, my friend. That's why in my Sandy Gas hunt, I did not give up, and that 21,000 it finally showed up. Caloran says, Pokemon used to be marketed for adults, but they realized the majority of buyers were underage, so they changed it. I don't remember, because I was a kid when they marketed the original games, so I don't know if the marketing was for adults. I always felt like it was for me. Now it's definitely more so for kids, but they still have us in mind, us adults, and then the teens, of course. They still have us in mind, or they wouldn't host VGC tournaments that include adult championships. However, the games are just not made to be super overly difficult. Especially, I mean, Cynthia's hard enough. For a kid that maybe is newer to Pokemon, Cynthia is going to be a really hard obstacle. So I think they push the bounds on this Elite Four. This Elite Four is certainly like pushing the bounds. That's probably as difficult as it should get for the common fan. Raven says, I like the graphics too and how it changed over the years with the remakes. I'm glad that they put some effort into it for sure. It's not a super HD over-the-top remake, but certainly it wasn't without effort. Sky, you're feeling better? I'm glad to hear that. Like I say, everybody's getting sick. Everybody's not feeling well. Keep hearing it over and over. Prex says, yeah, you don't have to make them a realistic size, but in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, some follow Pokemon were bigger than others. In this game, they're all tiny. Yeah, I don't know. There's some definitely the issue here too is there's some lazy animation. It is certainly some seriously lazy animation with the following. So I'm okay with the small, shrinking Dialga down to nothing. He's pocket-sized. That's fine, but the animation is sometimes a little lazy, like Ekans. Ekans is a really bad example of that. Huh. Your chat name is either blank or it's not showing up in chat. Either way, does the game crash for anybody else when soft resetting says blank? And my answer to you is it doesn't crash for me. However, I have seen already that, and this is super scary. Somebody encountered a shiny and the game just said an unexpected error occurred and it closed the game. And I'm like, oh, if that happened to me, dude, I would chuck this thing out in the garbage. I would be so mad. Without the experience, share, and affection, this game would be the hardest Pokemon game by far. I could definitely agree with that. The original Diamond and Pearl, or actually I should say really more Platinum. Platinum was not an easy game. That was truly a pretty difficult curve. Raven says, I feel most people get sick right when winter or cold starts. I mean, that's facts. Freaking everybody's getting sick. Nito's holding it off. I haven't gotten anything yet, but I'm going to make sure. I don't actually get sick too often, but, I mean, when I do, it's not good. I get some seriously nasty freaking flus. I'm notorious for getting pneumonia. Gasty says, yesterday I drank a 3-week expired fizzy drink. I regret my life choices. I don't condone that. I wouldn't recommend that. That was probably a bad idea. If you mash buttons while it loads, it might crash, so don't press... Really? Man, this thing is impressing me, isn't it? I just kind of wish that I knew if I could confirm that the RNG works the same way. Because that it just kind of feels like, if I can't confirm that, then I'm going to give it a different amount of time before I talk to Giratina. Like right now, I'll go 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, go. I'm going to try and spread it out so I don't land on the same frames every time. But I also can't confirm that. I have no clue if that's how it still works or not. They said it was faithful, so if it was faithful, that mechanism would still go. But, I mean, they haven't used that since probably Black and White. But nonetheless, I still give it some time. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything, right? Just sitting here chatting with you guys. It's not like I'm in a rush. I'm not trying to time it to where I'm down to the millisecond to get as many soft resets as possible. My guess is that it does not utilize that original mechanism, but why risk it? Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Ultra Necrozma boss fight was pretty tough too. Dude, you should have seen mine. I did a blind Nuzlocke, and I did not know that... I had no clue they were going to throw something like that. That video holds one of my most painful moments. That was insane. I need to know that, too, so I don't run out of shiny frames for starters. But that's... Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like... I need that answer, almost, because if you do, like... Man, I got this stupid hair. Freaking... I got a vacuum in here. If you do, let's say you have a late shiny frame and it still utilizes that mechanism, then you're going to be sitting there. You're probably going to be shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, you're going to be going into 10, 20,000. You're literally going to go over odds, and there's no way to avoid it because you're hitting the same shiny frame over and over and over, the same ones. Then, of course, you're going to have a long hunt. Makes me wonder. I wonder if anybody has that answer. Archo, welcome back, my friend, to the Shiny Giratina Expedition, hunting for the Pokemon Satan himself. I love how Necrozma was the villain. A Pokemon being the antagonist was so cool. I kind of enjoy that. I mean, when I boil down Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I hate what they did with the Lucamine story. The Lucamine story in the original Sun and Moon impressed me a lot. It was extremely mature for a Pokemon game. It brought in some ideologies like this idea of mental abuse towards the children, Gladion and Lily. Like, that was something that I don't think we've ever seen in Pokemon at that degree, where it wasn't like maniacal taking over the world, everybody will bow to me. It was literally just a mom that has a screwed up mentality and caused the children to even not only suffer psychological abuse, but Lily literally felt that she was responsible for her mother at the end of the game and took her after all the problems happened. That's scarring. I was like, whoa, that's seriously mature for a Pokemon game. And then they threw all that out to go more conventional with, we're going to take over the world, and the ultimate Pokemon's going to be born. Okay, that was cool, but, I was really liking the flavors of that first version. I do like the post-game. Obviously, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon had much more in-depth post-game and more Ultra Beasts. But it made me I don't know. It almost felt like it was like they did a redo. Like, you know what? We could do this better. So we're going to release the game, but we're actually going to do it better next time. And that was Breakdown Architect, my friend. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Great Neatostocracy. The shiny hunt continues, my friend, and I hope that you find it a good place to hunt with me. I'm too busy breeding Pokemon to hunt. Yeah, that's, to me, another thing, too, is I guess after my competitive days, especially... Well, no, I shouldn't say especially, just after my competitive days. That's why I don't Masuda hunt anymore. I've hatched so many eggs, I dread the idea, and I think that's another reason I probably would not get back into competitive. I'm so tired of hatching eggs. Oh my god. So many eggs over the years. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon was just about Necrozma looking for food because it feeds off life, and it traveled to our dimension and was trying to steal its light. He was just hungry, bro. And that's true. They had like in the anime, they handled that Necrozma part with a very touchy-feely, very Pokemon-esque style thing. I mean, I guess if you want more mature Pokemon, you got to go to evolutions or generations. But let's see. Archo says, I've been thinking about replaying OOT and Majora's Mask, actually. I feel so bad. Naya and I are playing Ocarina of Time. If you guys don't know, Naya is my recording partner. We have a series that we called I Can't Believe You Never Played. It's basically where we play each other's favorite games from years ago that the other person didn't play. So in my case, I'm having her play Zelda because she hasn't played any of the Zeldas. We did A Link to the Past, and then we moved on to Ocarina of Time. Not on the Switch, though. It's actually on the GameCube. I have yet to edit that episode. It's been over a week, and the thing is just sitting on my desktop. I'm like, dude, I feel bad, man. I was enjoying that, and we keep breaking stride. I mean, that means we haven't touched the game in over a week. And I'm like, it's one of those games that you really can't just keep putting it down like we are. I feel like she's going to lose interest in it if I do that. I saw something about Mon's, yes, Mon's disappearance, which caused trauma for Lusamine, Gladion, and Lily. That definitely was included in there, is how many times we never see, like, I don't know, we see the idea of a broken family in Pokemon. In fact, I guess that was the earliest maturity, if you will, is that the father's never in the picture. Well, okay, I can't say that, I'm sorry, Norm was in the picture, but either way, we rarely get to see something like that where they talk about the fact there's a broken family. Yeah, Sun and Moon was very surprisingly mature. Lars says, "What's y'all favorite shiny?" Darkrai, hands down. I used to dance around that idea like, I don't want to just name a shiny legendary because the shiny already had a really cool form. I'm sorry, the regular Pokemon. Darkrai already had a really cool form. Of course, I'm biased. So just because it turned shiny, it's still getting extra credit, if you will, for having an awesome, sick, badass design. But I finally succumbed to my opinions. I have decided that, you know what? I do. I favor Darkrai as my favorite shiny. I think I'm just going to go ahead, stick with it, say it. I'm throwing it out there. It's Darkrai. Sky says, fun fact, my favorite color is purple, and that is indeed true. It somewhat contributed to my love of the poison typing in this game, but I think it's just because poison has, like, poison is an overlooked thing. I think my favorite type is poison, and there's a lot of cool poison types, but poison also gets boiled down to just coughing, wheezing, Ekans, Arbok, and Stunky, you know, the kind of Pokemon that you don't really care for, the Pokemon the bad guys always use. And I'm like, no, poison's got a lot more going on for it than that. But my favorite color being purple also kind of contributes to that just a little bit. My favorite Pokemon and shiny is Houndoom. That's a solid pick. Houndoom looks sick. Breloom is my favorite shiny by far, really. I don't remember what shiny Breloom even looks like. Hang on, I'm pulling my phone up. I will find out. Shiny Breloom. There we go. Oh yeah, that does look good. It turns into like an autumn mushroom. Drapion is one of the coolest poison types. Drapion is such a badass. I love Drapion. I also love that little switch in its dual typing when it evolves. That's a cool little thing that, you know, it's just, I don't know, that was just a really cool thing they threw in when it's like, this thing's bug type. Just kidding. Poison has Crobat and Naganadel. I am eating well as a poison type Pokemon lover because in Gen 7 I got Poipole and Naganadel, and then Gen 8 I got Eternatus. I mean, I'm eating quite well. I am getting Poison, Dragon, Legendary types. Well, Ultra Beast, I guess, but yeah, you get the point. I used to have a skunk tank named Pepe Le Pew, or Pepe, sorry, not Pepe, Pepe Le Pew in Shield. Skunk tank, man. I don't claim that as the highlight of the poison types. Dorbio says, Blaziken is one of my favorite Pokemon, but its shiny sucks. You want to see an awesome Pokemon that's shiny sucks? I'll show you that. Watch the right screen right now. I'll show you what a terrible shiny looks like. What's up, Shiny Hunter Pro? Just for a little bit today. Not much. I had some spare time. The snow's falling. I'm going to wait for it to fall. Then I'm going to go shovel. Oh, look at that Tyranitar. Freaking barely changed at all. That is a shiny that got dull. It was a metallic pink rose color when it was a Pupitar, and then it evolves into that. Same thing happens with Dragonair. Same thing happens with Hydreigon. Same thing happens with basically any of the pseudo-legendaries. I don't know what it is, but they love making pseudo-legendaries garbage shinies. Salamence is really bad. I guess you could argue that Dragonite isn't really that bad. I mean, there's some people that are... I've seen a lot of people say that the green Dragonite is fine. I personally don't think it's fine. I think that... I think shiny Dragonite is kind of So, but yeah, Garchomp never... And in that case, it's the whole line. Gible, Bite, and Garchomp all kind of suck. But at least with Dragantini, that's what I'm trying to say. No, Dratini and Dragonair, they are good shinies, and then you evolve them, and it's terrible. Larvitar's okay. Pupitar looks great. Tyranitar, crap, why did I evolve this thing? Salamence, same thing. Bagon looks good. Shadow looks good. Then Salamence, it's like, why did I evolve this thing? And the same, and Hydreigon. Hydreigon is what's the? Hold on, I need to see what the shiny form of that line looks like. So Zweilous, crap. What does shiny Zweilous? How come? Why am I? Okay, hold on. I'll just type it in. Shiny Zweilous. Okay, it's green. Yeah, I'm gonna take. You know what? I'm gonna say that if you like Dragonite's shiny, you'll like Hydreigon. So those two can kind of sit in there. Basically, if you like a green shiny dragon, then you're gonna like Dragonite, and you're gonna like Zweilous, Hydreigon, all of that whole line. And if you don't, then the Dago, Zweilous, Hydreigon line is all gonna be garbage to you. How do I find the Discord? The link is pinned in the chat, my friend. There's Breakdown Architect. Thank you for that subscription a little bit ago. Alright, don't forget Garchomp. Metagross and Dragapult are sick. Absolutely. Dragapult and Metagross is like one of the top awesome freaking, like, and there's no one that should ever sit there and say Metagross has a bad shiny. And you know what? Metagross has an awesome non-shiny for that matter. I am good with that blue Metagross. I actually, you know what? I think I might like it more than the shiny version, honestly. Same thing with Nidoking, my all-time favorite Pokemon, and I prefer the non-shiny version. Archo says, I had a shiny Dragonite named Yoshi. I have seen so many Yoshis. That is the common name for shiny Dragonite, and it is the appropriate. In fact, it's the canonical one. What is the best Pokemon game story-wise, says Shiny Hunter Pro? Oh. Moon is going to be tough to beat, in my mind. I think Pokemon Moon is going to be the, story-wise, that was the one that I latched onto the hardest. If it's not Moon, then I'm actually going to go with Silver, Gold, Crystal. Because I'm going to say that the resurrection of Team Rocket, Silver's father, who I guess, you know what, I'm not going to spoil who's Silver's father. But Silver and his father, we get that storyline. We get to see we get to see the evolution, there we go, the aging of a second region, or the original region. I'm going to go with that as story. And that's the thing, is like, it's not, I'm going for the not over-the-top stories, you know? Like with Team Rocket. Team Rocket is trying to rule the world via the underground world. They're not trying to summon a god of Pokemon and take over the world, you know? I think I'm more drawn to the down-to-earth ones. Because when they're not down-to-earth, when there's an evil master plan involved, to me, it's like, I know it's going to be beat the bad guy, epic showdown, gonna summon a god, I defeat the bad guy, I defeat the god, good guy wins, yay. So I like more of a like, hey, you know, this isn't over the top, this is more so, these guys are just gonna screw everybody's lives up, and if they get, you're not gonna see something destroy the whole planet, you're just gonna see everybody is pretty much enslaved to an underground or criminal organization that took over the police, took over the region. You know, and to me, it's like, oh yeah, that's down to earth. That feels very real. So I'd say if it's not Moon, it's going to be Crystal. Archo says, there was a rumor that you could evolve Dragonite into Yoshi back in the day. I remember that. I did not know that that was a rumor at the time, but I remember seeing it after the fact. The rumors I remember seeing were like, the new Pokemon's name was going to be Pika Blue. Meryl? Meryl was Pika Blue. That was one. I remember hearing that you could get the Triforce and fight Shadow Link one-on-one to get the Triforce in Ocarina of Time. I remember Mew being under the truck. If you defeated the Elite Four 100 times, or the other version of this was if you defeated the Elite Four in under like 2 hours or 3 hours or something like that, you could fly to the moon and battle Deoxys. That was a rumor I remember. My God, did I want that one. I wanted that Deoxys one to be true so bad. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Architect of Music has joined the Discord server, and I have now given you a role, my friend. Welcome to the Neatostocracy. Alright, where was I at? I'm losing chat and it's not even moving that fast. Blank says, would you like to see a Pokemon Black and White 3 or a Black and White remakes? I think I'd prefer remakes, although I have not played those games yet. They were the first games that I didn't play. I have them, and as soon as I get some artwork going here, I'm not really good with graphic design, but I want to do my Pokemon Black Blind Nuzlocke. I've been keeping myself in the dark as much as I can about those games. I know that once the sequel was made and I know those games went over extremely well, I don't see much of a need, or I don't see a desire to make a triquel, you know, to make a third game installment years after the fact. I think once they got it, leave it be. Prex says, there was a rumor in my school that you could find a static encounter Blastoise under Dive Water in Black and White 2. I spent hours looking for that one. Oof. Especially because you had the internet. Oof. Pallet fields containing the starters was a classic. The pallet fields contain... Oh. You're talking Pallet Town. I remember hearing that you could find the starters. Philip Carl Roberts, how are you doing this afternoon on a Sunday, my friend? I actually just had breakfast not that long ago, so... I am more so still in the morning, even though it's the afternoon, it feels like it's the morning. Caloran says there was a rumor with the White Stone in Moss Deep City. The rumor was that if you had a specific Pokemon, the rock would break and Jirachi would come out. That's a good one. I never heard that one before. You just break the rock and then boom, Jirachi. Now, for me, I stopped, I'd say around Diamond and Pearl is when rumors really stopped flying, because you could fact check those. But prior to Diamond, that's where those crazy, insane rumors were. I'm trying to think if there were any Johto rumors. I really don't think I have any Johto rumors that I remember as a kid. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of anything that ever happened in Gold, Silver, Crystal where it's like, oh yeah, remember this rumor? Yeah, I got nothing. Pokemon Hunter, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing? Guess who's back? I'm guessing you're back. What's up? Welcome back. Last time I saw you was the Dialga hunt. Now I went for the God of Time. Now I'm going for basically, think of Giratina like the Hades of Pokemon, or at least the Asmodeus of Pokemon, you know? Maybe he's more of a Belphegor, you know. Basically, this Pokemon is unnatural in every way. What's going on? Shiny Hunter Pro says, do you know what your starters are going to be for the Black Nuzlocke? Yes, Oshawott. I've got Oshawott. I don't really actually like Oshawott so much. It's just Samurott is such an awesome Pokemon. I can't say no to that thing. Skittlefist, what's going on? Welcome back. You said... Yeah, now that I think about it, Johto was pretty grounded. I can't think of anything I ever got duped on. I remember the original games. I certainly fell for the Mew trick. And I remember it was funny because I heard the Mew glitch, and I remember thinking, oh, yeah, right. Until I actually did it, and I saw it, and I was like, wait, this is real? No way. Now looking back, there's, missing number. There were a ton of missing numbers. So missing number had an easy way to glitch it. I don't remember exactly what the original glitch was. I think it was just you fly when the guy. God, I can't remember how to perform the original glitch. I don't know how I found it out either. You just fly when you're doing the Pokeball tutorial from the drunk guy. I'm sorry, he can't be drunk. He's passed out from, I don't know, heat exhaustion or something. Either way, so that was, I don't remember how I found that out. But man, were the rumors wild about how the other ways to get missing number. And now we know there's like 100 missing numbers in the game. And people have gone as far as to actually name the missing numbers as if they're actual Pokemon. And so now there's we know how to break that game in about 500 different ways. But back then, they were just making stuff up. Oh, I caught missing number like this. Oh, I caught missing number like this. I think the coolest things are, I was always salty. Prex, I need to read your message first. Prex says, did you know that if you release your shiny Dialga, then ILCA will send you $1 million? That is so legit, I'm going to do it right now. But do I have to save afterwards? I would assume so, right? Actually, it makes sense. I don't even have to ask. Of course you have to save after you release it. The Cinnabar Island Surf. Well, that's where you find missing number, but to trigger missing number, you got to fly off when the guy teaches you how to throw a Pokeball. But now we know that there's a ton of ways to catch missing number, and I think one of the coolest things in the world, and I feel so cheated, was I want my Professor Oak battle. So Professor Oak was actually supposed to be the hardest battle in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. Professor Oak is known in the story canonically to be a Pokemon master. He actually beat Agatha, and Agatha is a member of the Elite Four, of course. And then Professor Oak, the reason, and I love this, Pokemon Masters, after 20 years, the game Pokemon Masters on mobile finally gave us what the beef between Agatha and Oak is. Basically, Oak was supposed to be the Pokemon champion. Agatha, when she was young, lost to Professor Oak, hated Professor Oak because she couldn't beat him. He was the unbeatable rival. And then finally, when Agatha thought, okay, Oak is going to be the champion and I will beat him when he's the champion, Professor Oak chose not to challenge the Elite Four and instead pursued research, and thus pissed off Agatha. So we finally got, after all these years, Pokemon Masters told us what was the beef between those two. Why were these two so hateful towards each other? Or at least Agatha's hateful towards Oak. However, Oak was supposed to be a battle in the original generation. You can glitch and get that battle to exist. Oh, for a sec I heard something click and I thought my TV shut off. I was like, did something happen? Am I live? But it was, I don't know. Sometimes I forget how long these resets for Brilliant Diamond are. Either way, I feel so cheated. So cheated. I would love to have battled Professor Oak because he had a team of all starters and then like Snorlax, Dragonite, and Arcanine, I think. Oak's team was supposed to be the hardest in the game. And they even hinted that in Pokemon Let's Go when Professor Oak says, or when they say, Professor Oak is your final battle, and then they go, just kidding. And I'm like, no, I want to battle this man. He's a Pokemon master, dude. I want to battle Oak. I've been waiting forever. So you can actually use a missing number glitch to initiate the battle with Oak. And he is no slouch. He's got like level 85s. Prax says, I love the creepy ghost stuff Pokemon has, like the White Hand and Lumio City Girl. The one in Sword and Shield was pretty good too. I love how my cat comes over here. He brings his ball. So I throw it because he wants to play fetch, and then he just looks at it. Like, basically, it's almost like sometimes he brings me the ball as if it's a gift, and I threw his gift away, and I feel bad because I'm like, I thought you wanted to play fetch. But whatever. He ran after it, so hopefully he brings it back, and he knows that I'm playing fetch. Carnage says, hi, Nito, I have a question. How do you find Giratina? Well, I will show you on the map, my friend. I will break this down one by one for you. In the meantime, let me grab some water. Poke Hunter says, send in loads of shiny luck. That was Get Wrecked! Nightfire. That's a powerful name. Nightfire, thank you so much for the subscription, my friend. I am but a humble, shiny hunter, but I've been doing it for 20 years. 21 years. About 21 years. I can't place exactly when I've been doing it, but it's just cool to chat with you guys. I appreciate you guys subscribing and coming by. Alright, Carnage. Here I go. I'm going to walk you through how to get Giratina. Step 1. Defeat the Elite Four. Step 2. Complete the 150 Pokemon regional dex. So see how I have number 1 here? I'm going to switch. Here's the original Pokedex. The regional Pokedex for the Sinnoh only has 150 Pokemon, and it ends on, well, for me it was Dialga. So Dialga is the Pokemon that I had in my game as the deity. Go to Celeste Town, talk to Cynthia's grandmother. She will show you an image of the opposite deity. You only have to see the Pokemon. You do not have to catch it. Once you fill that up, go back to the professor. Rowan will give you the national dex, which gives you access to this. Where the numbers are all not filled in here. And you'll meet Professor Oak. Then, after you have that national dex, go right here on the map. So fly over to Sunny Shore, ride towards Lake Acuity. I'm sorry, Valor Lakefront. Go slightly north. There's a fence here. You'll see the tree line breaks now. Go to the east, and you will find the spring path. Use rock climb and defog, and you can go down into Turnback Cave. And then Turnback Cave has special instructions. Basically, you have to find 3 pillars within 30 rooms. It's pretty freaking random. I believe there is a sequence to it. I don't know what that sequence is. I would just run through until I eventually get there. But if you can't find Giratina within 30 rooms, you'll be lost forever, so you have to go back out. Anyways, that's how you get Giratina. Alright, where was I at? Shiny Hunter Pro says, yeah, he had the starter that was left behind, and I think he has a Tauros. A Tauros, I think he has Tauros, and you're right, it's not Arcanine he has. Well, no, I think he has Tauros. I think he has a Dragonite, doesn't he? He has Arcanine, Dragonite, Tauros, Snorlax. I know he always has the starter that's left behind. Actually, I thought he had all the starters. But, yeah, Professor Oak, and Professor Oak's not even the hardest trainer in Gen 1. There's a challenge deemed by the Pokemon community, started out by the hacker community. They call it Agatha Ultima. Basically, there's a version in the game of Agatha where she has Pokemon that are like level 250, and she's completely unstoppable. The problem is they have ridiculous moves, so she doesn't always attack you very well. But Agatha Ultima, it's worth looking up if you didn't know about that. It's pretty funny. David says, good luck with the hunt today. I'm Poke Radar hunting Girafarig. Been infuriating, but I'm hanging in there. The radar for me, which I have not played this game's radar yet, the radar was very infuriating and certainly can still be infuriating. Infuriating. Let me try that again. Infuriating. It is a pain in the ass sometimes how the chain just breaks, but stick with it, and you will develop a technique, I promise. You'll see what works and what doesn't work the best. I got a cat now. Hi, buddy. Shiny Hunter Pro says, the Oak Glitch fight in red and blue has level 66 Tauros, 67 Executor, 68 Arcanine, level 70 Gyarados, and one of the Kanto starters at level 69, the one that you did not choose. Which is awesome that he trains up the starter that you didn't pick. How is Poke Radar hunting? I have not done any radar hunting yet. I did a ton, absolute boatload, like every Pokemon in the game that you can hunt with a radar, I hunted in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. And back then, that radar, I mean, it's a pain, it's a thorn. It's a straight up thorn. Like, that radar was not always the best thing in the world. And they certainly don't explain you how to use it. It just sort of is something you figure out. I guess they don't really show you in this game either. But I've heard that the odds are a lot better. Like, I think the best odds at a chain of 40, the odds were like 1 in 200 originally. Now a chain of 40, it's like 1 in 50. You're literally just going bam, shiny, bam, shiny, bam, shiny. John says, hey, back again. Welcome back, John. It was good to see you last night. Welcome back to this hunt. I'm going to go for not too much. I'm not going to go for too long, I should say. I'm going to go for like an hour and a half after this point. And then I'm going to go shovel some snow and fire up my snowblower, get that thing ready for the season, and rearrange the house a little bit. But David Tremblay says, yeah, it just broke, and Giraffe Rig seems to have a lower catch rate than the others I've hunted. I can definitely tell you, like, Beldam, for instance, was a hunt that you can do with the event on the TV. And Beldam, I remember shiny hunting Beldam, and just the catch rate was abysmal. And it only has takedowns, so you have to get it in like 20 or 25 Pokeballs. Otherwise, it starts struggling to death. For a non-legendary, well, okay, it's a pseudo-legendary, but still, for Beldam's catch rate is trash. Prex says, I went to see Red versus Cynthia Mega Charizard versus... Oh, you want to see, not... Sorry, I thought you said you went. You want to see Mega Charizard versus Mega Garchomp. To me, I actually... The only thing I can think is, unless you're talking like an animation of it, I'm thinking Garchomp actually benefits from not Mega Evolving. Because it loses speed when it Mega Evolves, and that's kind of its thing, is being able to outspeed you and drop an Earthquake on you. And if it can't drop an Earthquake on you, actually most of Cynthia's team has Earthquake, so you need to have a lot of Pokemon rather, that can hold off Earthquake. If it doesn't, it's got like Dragon Rush, Swords Dance. I mean, it's still a brutal Pokemon. But you got to make sure you have Pokemon that can withstand Earthquake, or Cynthia will just tear through you. Beldam's catch rate is 3, the same as the legendary. Okay, so Beldam is trash. Absolute trash catch rate. So if you're going to hunt Beldam like I did, you're going to be fighting it. I don't even remember how I caught it, to be honest. I'd have to look back. I don't know. I probably don't even have it anymore. Unfortunately, I don't have that cartridge anymore. I lost my VGC champion team. That freaking still pisses me off. But Mega Evolution really were bad in the games competitively. Yeah, I have heard mixed things. Obviously, I haven't been in the competitive scene for quite some time. But I've heard that Mega Evolution is not always the answer. So the song was wrong. Evolution is the solution. Not always. So as you can see, I have a team that could withstand all of those earthquakes from Cynthia, because they were absolutely brutal. So like Machoke, Empoleon, Rapidash, Pulverizer, the Steelix, Pachirisu. These are all Pokemon that are fantastic for taking earthquakes. So then, as you're sitting there going, what is he talking about? Now you really have to ask the question, how did I beat Cynthia if all my Pokemon are weak to Earthquake? And the answer, my friends, is blowing in the wind. An animation would be sick. I would love, like, they don't show Red that often. And I think a lot of the new players kind of think that my generation's kind of caught up in this Red is the best trainer ever, and we always want to see Red, and I don't know. I think Red's becoming less popular because all the people that loved Gen 1, we all think Red is absolutely the best trainer of all time. However, if you think about it, canonically it's written Red was supposed to catch Mewtwo to stop Mewtwo from, well, I guess being out on its own. But canonically, Giovanni actually recaptures Mewtwo after all that time, after all those years between 6 generations of Pokemon. Literally, freaking Giovanni finds and captures Mewtwo. That, in my opinion, is some scary stuff. And Cyrus is no joke. Cyrus went to the distortion world, dude. He was gone. He was insane. And what did he do? He broke out and brought Giratina with him. I would say that that's probably some legendary stuff, too. He literally said, you know what? I'm kind of tired of this thing. Defeated Giratina, caught it, and said, all right, let's go back on a rampage. Cyrus is back. Woo! Prex says, canonically, outside of the games, Red and Cynthia are still the strongest trainers because official lore, which I don't know too much about the manga, but the Pokemon manga probably elaborates a lot on that too. I've seen some of it, or I've read some of it. Officially, we don't know how Red versus Gold ended. I think everybody wanted Gold to lose, But you're right, it is not actually written who wins that battle. They were just not always equal in strength, so it'd be the same 2 or 3 every time. What's that for? Metalhead Rob, how you doing, my friend? Welcome back. You're still shiny hunting Dialga. All right, man, you're on the crusade. I believe in you. Let's do this. There's a different feeling. We are a dying breed, the ones that go after the legendaries. A lot of the streamers, they go after the starters. The reason they go after the starters is they just want to get shiny hunting first. Then there's the common shiny hunter who wants as many shinies as possible, so they're not willing to sit here and reset and reset and reset. Then there's us. We go after the big load. We go after the tough hunts. We go after the Pokemon that even after you find them, the battle's only just getting started because their catch rate is low and their power is high. Let's freaking do it. John says, I wish they released Platinum with this generation. Yeah, to an extent. Like, I wouldn't, I don't know. I guess right now, if you look at what you have available to you, you have Diamond Pearl, and then Platinum is kind of a standalone version of it's the enhanced version of Gen 4. Then you have remakes of Diamond and Pearl, so you can have the Diamond and Pearl story again, only modernized. And if you so choose that you would like to play Platinum, you can still just go back, and that game is its own standalone. So, to an extent, I kind of wish that they had... In fact, I guess, you know what? What I'm trying to say, I guess, is that I wish that the favorable thing to do in my head would have been to mix Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum in one. And then release that as Pokemon Diamond, Brilliant Diamond, rather, and Pokemon Shining Pearl. You didn't have to do, put it this way. Make Distortion World a thing. Not the main thing, like in Platinum, but make it a thing that you can go do. You know, that would have been really, really cool. The graphical updates, Platinum just looked cooler, and Platinum had harder teams for several of the gym leaders. Carnage says, I'm going to go now. Hope you have good luck. Carnage, thank you so much for stopping by, my friend. I will see you around. Have a good Sunday. Raven says, should I give everyone some of my magical luck? Raven, do you have that much magical luck to give? Raven is my good luck charm. All right, let me reset this one. Okay. That would have been awesome. 2 games in 1, yes. Yeah, absolutely. I think that would have been the best thing to do, in my opinion. But, Raven, if you could enhance the luck of the chat by enchanting your luck spell, we would all be thankful. Prex says, I think what happened is red and gold ended in a stalemate. It's kind of like how they left it up to the ambiguity of the fans to create their own theories. I'm good with that. I'm good with red getting pushed to the limit, gold looking like he was actually going to win, and then red pulling out something, let's say, just drawing on the experience he has that gold doesn't, and bringing it back to end in a tie. That would be canonically favorable for me. Distortion World would have been sick, but they focused on the underground. I've heard the underground's going over pretty well with people. Biozine says, I don't know why your stream always lags after a while. Really? Is it lagging for everybody? Let me pull it up and check. Vikram says, debating whether to keep going for Shiny Dialga or been doing it for long enough. You can KO Dialga, which I was wrong. You can actually do this in Diamond and Pearl as well as Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. But you can KO Dialga, and then when you beat the Elite Four, it will respawn, so you can put the hunt off till later if you so wish. And there's no shame in that. There's absolutely no shame in that. Don't let anybody say that you wimped out. That's not how it works. Caloran says, I think at some point in time we'll get a remake of Platinum. For me, this is how I would do it if I had Perfect World, right? If it were Perfect World, I'm going to need some water to explain Perfect World in Nito's head. All right, so you have Distortion World, now you have Perfect World. Nito's Perfect World. Ready for this? Every 3 years, we get a new generation. which would mean either next year or the year after we would get Generation 9 of Pokemon. We'll call it, we'll go with the, I don't know, I wanted it to be Pokemon Astral and Pokemon Earth, so go with that. Or Pokemon Astral and Pokemon Gaia. It sounds too fan game-ish. Either way, you get a Generation 9, whatever it is. Then every 4 years, so let's say a couple years after Gen 9 comes out, Black and White gets a remake. Actually, yeah, make it 4 or 5 years. That way it doesn't catch up to itself. Meanwhile, on the side, you've got Pokemon Let's Go continuing to make up the third game. Pokemon Yellow was remade in the version of Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. I would love and I would die for a freaking Johto remake in Let's Go. So we get Let's Go Crystal. Then, let's say 4 or 5 years go by. Let's Go Emerald. 5 more years, Let's Go Platinum. And then on the side, you have epic RPG games getting made, or little quirky side games, such as Pokken, Pokemon Snap, or Legends Arceus, you know? And I hope Legends Arceus gives us some lore like on Regigigas. What happened? How did Regigigas come to be? It's like a broken computer from 300 years ago. Who did that? Don't just tell me Arceus made it for the hell of it. Let's get some lore going. Why is Heatran in existence? What is Heatran? Is it just a volcanic legendary Pokemon, or we got more going on here? Heatran is a lot more than just that. You know, I hope that they with Legends series, they continue that as well on the side and give us real in-depth lore to the legendaries. Let's go back and play Pokemon Legends Celebi and watch Celebi. Let's just say Celebi maybe doesn't play a vital role. Who knows? But Celebi witnesses the creation of the dead Pokemon coming back and resurrected by Ho-Oh into Suicune, Raikou, and Entei. Let's watch that. Let's be there for that. Let's play a Legends game for that one, you know? Keep that going. Keep it going. That's perfect world for Nito. All right, Prex says, I believe the theory was that Red was on Mount Silver looking for Mew. So I believe that he saw it during the battle and just left to chase it. Hey, Gold, screw you, man. Whatever, you win. Bye. I got to go, man. I would love that. That would be epic, too, is that Red goes on a never-ending quest to locate and find Mew, the Pokemon he couldn't find, which actually Pokemon Origins kind of plays into that. Maxim says they would not do more Let's Go, or they said they would not do. I have not seen that. They specifically said they are not making a Let's Go 2. What I have seen is that they were looking for, and Masuda said this too, is they were looking to see what the feedback was, and that nothing was off the table. But it wasn't looking like with all the projects they're working on now, and Game Freak doesn't seem to be working on their own stuff as much nowadays. It was looking like Let's Go probably wouldn't happen. However, I have not seen any interviews outright saying we're not going to make another Let's Go game. Following the schedule, Gen 9 should be next year already. I think they should probably take a little time. Game Freak, their staffing issues, like everybody, has led to a lot of problems for them. They said Sword and Shield had issues due to COVID with the DLC. They had scheduling issues. They rushed a few things to get it done. They bragged like, yeah, we did it. We overcame the odds. Really what they did is cut corners and had glitches. They outsourced their own game. They didn't even work on Diamond and Pearl that much. Or Game Freak, sorry, at all. They didn't. I don't believe they touched Diamond and Pearl at all, even the patches. That's all ILCA. So that means Nintendo literally subcontracted out their own game. Like, so I think they should slow down. But then again, I also read the Nintendo stock reports, and they're always charging ahead and talking. Like every report, Nintendo's constantly saying they broke records. So since they keep telling their investors that they're doing absolutely amazing, then they have to keep that up. And Pokemon being their largest franchise, they're kind of stuck. They have to put out Pokemon games. So I do think, I'm not blind to this, Pokemon is suffering from quality issues. It's totally true. I definitely don't close my eyes to it. I'm ignoring it. I'm okay with it, you know. So there was no national decks in Gen 8. Whoop-de-doo. So there's some glitches in this generation. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Whoop-de-doo. That just means there's some people that can exploit. And yeah, I guess there's... The only thing I see is if I look at the live page and I see anybody doing shiny giveaways, 6IV shiny giveaways, I'm like, you guys aren't shiny hunters. You're sellouts. You're looking for the analytics. But that still doesn't affect me, so I ignore it. I bury my head in the sand. The Joy-Cons, they straight up released a report. And the Nintendo, oh geez, what are they calling that thing? Basically, they did an interview with the people that worked on and developed the Switch. And they actually talk about Joy-Con drift and how they had to improve the Joy-Cons. But it was like, it was a slow, non-meticulous, non-methodical process. Basically, they allowed Joy-Con drift to go as just a thing. I'm like, dude, you're quality. And yeah, that's Nintendo, not Game Freak. I'm starting to trash and drag Nintendo. But I ignore it. You know what? I'm like, nah, it doesn't affect me that bad. So I'm okay. But truthfully, I do want to see a little more quality go back into Pokemon. I want to see some real thought. You know, like Sun and Moon had true thought. I will say it. The plot was thought out. They really did think things out, think things through, and try to go off the grid a little bit, do something different. It was very cool. Lag Spike says, what do you think about the devs other than Game Freak making Pokemon games? Bandai Namco, awesome. They did so well with Pokemon Snap, and they released a full update for it, too. Not a DLC, thankfully, a free update. So, Bandai Namco, a 10 out of 10. Good job. ILCA, yeah, 5 out of 10. They've botched it, I'll be real. This game rolled out like a broken gearbox and a dead clutch on a car. They could have done a lot better. It's a good game, but anybody could have done this. It didn't take a professional ILCA, as they claim, to do it. Any studio, given the time and the money, could have remade this game exactly like you have it right now. But the programming from the mechanical side was botched. That's why there's so many glitches. That's keeping it real. I'm pretty stubborn, so I'm gonna keep going. Heck yes, Vikram, you do not stop. I will not stop. You stay right there in that hunt. We all support you because we're all doing it. We're all shiny hunters. Fists in the air, guys. Fists in the air. And the creed of shiny hunters. No matter what it takes, I'll never stop. Well, okay, I guess I will stop because I'm gonna go shovel here in an hour. Prex says, I think the very dumb thing to do known to national decks was that Pokemon Home charged you money. Yeah, Home is a little cash grab, I will say. There's a little bit of a cash grab there. Yeah, there's a cat pawing at me. Hi, buddy. I gave everyone my luck earlier. I was about to read that, actually, Raven. Sorry. I was pushing off because I'm like, I'm going to get back to Ravens here in a sec. Once I get done with my tangent. Was that an impressive tangent or what? Raven says, all right. Gives everybody's magical luck for their shiny hunting. All right, Raven. Thank you for the enchantment of the magical luck. Hi, buddy. My cat over here trying to be cute. Yep. So with the South America thing, I think I don't know. I think basing it on any region it's just cool to see any new regions. But for me, I thought it would be really cool, especially when we were coming up for Gen 8. Before Generation 8 happened, I said that I wished. In my head, if I were in charge of Pokemon, I would make it like 190 new Pokemon. The new Pokemon would get us to the 1,000 number on the Pokedex. Right now, I think we had just broken 900, but I would have made it go to the 1K. And I would make it an Egyptian region, based on Egypt, where new meets old. Basically, there's modern society, and then there's ancient society. And you can go through the ruins and discover that there's a huge, vast story with this huge, vast region where there's ancient secrets and ancient plot lines, something going around with the lore and the ancient part of it, as well as the modern region. So I was like, we would discover Pokemon that had been either lost in time or forgotten. And so you just have this huge, massive integration of modern society and ancient society, and what that would lead to is you finding all these Pokemon and being able to get to the 1K on the Pokedex, and then make this over-the-top insane legendary be number 1000. And I would name those games Pokemon Astral and Pokemon Earth. But that didn't happen. That wasn't even close to what happened. But that was what I said. If I were a developer, that'd be what I did. So I still hope for an Egyptian region. Nito should be a game developer. I should give my resume to Game Freak, right? Or the Pokemon Company, which on that note, of course, it's pretty hard. Like that's a pretty premium job. That's considered top of the top. And I have absolutely no knowledge of programming at all. I guess I could storyboard if they need one of those. I don't know if they place a lot of stock nowadays in writing. It's hard to say that, but I just don't think that they care so much about intricate writing. That might not be a thing that's at the top of their list at the moment. Prex says, can we talk about how and why Luxray isn't a dark type? Luxray definitely looks like it should be a dark type, but what really blows my mind is like why is Luxray? Luxray is literally based on a lion, and it's like one of the slowest Pokemon in the game. It is so slow that it has never, ever, 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 ever been a viable option for competitive, ever. And the reason for that literally is just because it's so freaking slow. The only way that you could make that thing competitively viable is if you had it planted on a Trick Room team, and even then it just doesn't have the attack it would take to be a viable Trick Room user. Or benefitter, really. Not a user, but a benefitter. If there is an Egyptian region, Lucario should get a regional form. I was thinking a bunch of Lucarios. Like, they would, or heck, evolve Lucario. Well, no, you can't do that. Never mind, screw that. Don't evolve Lucario, just make more Lucarios. Like, more Pokemon that are based on Egyptian gods. Breck says, did you know that Magikarp is faster than all the fully evolved Alolan starters? I did not know that. I have not paid attention to the stats necessarily or the base stats of Pokemon past Gen 4. That is hilarious. Why are they so slow? Especially Primarina. Why is Primarina slow? Like, I can see why Incineroar is slow. That one makes sense. Decidueye, I see why he's slow, because he's like an assassin. You know, he strikes when he needs to. But I wonder why Primarina is slow. Because like a Magikarp's base speed is like 100 at most. So why would all the Alolan starters have super freaking low base stats? For context, Magikarp has 80 speed. I actually thought it was a little higher than that. So 80 is pretty pathetic. Lucario is a jackal, and Anubis, one of the gods of the underworld, is a jackal. Correct. Anubis, or I should say Lucario, is basically based on Anubis. Ish. It's, well, no, I'd say it is. Obviously, its design is based on it, but it's a fighting steel type, so it's not weighing hearts or passing judgment or anything like that. But they could certainly make, like, if they went with an Egyptian region, you know, yeah, well, heck, you know what? Just look at Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Both grew up at the same time, or actually Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a little after Pokemon, I believe. Just look over at your good friend Yu-Gi-Oh!, the franchise that was growing with Pokemon, and look at what they did with Egypt, and you do something similar, and boom, mash it all together, you got an Egypt region. Just like that. It was nothing at all. If we're not going to do that, Greece is my next pick. Raven loves Yu-Gi-Oh! Where's your involvement in Yu-Gi-Oh, Raven? Did you have the cards, watch the anime, any of that stuff? For me, I played a little Yu-Gi-Oh! I was never really heavily into Yu-Gi-Oh! I wasn't into Pokemon cards either so much. I collected them a little bit as a kid, but that's it. But for Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually did enjoy up until like rule set number 3, whatever the heck it was. So when the God cards were relevant. And so I actually do have the God cards. But that's about where I died off. Watch the anime and play the game. That's right, I forgot. Yu-Gi-Oh's games are amazing. Yu-Gi-Oh's got several very, very relevant games right now. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters. Dude, I remember Metalhead Rob. Dude, did you see the kits? I will admit, I was, as a kid, I thought it was kind of lame. Like, I was like, no, I'm not going to play this. But I remember seeing in the card shop, they were selling the Dungeon Dice kits. And to your point, it never took off, so they never started releasing more of them. It was a cool idea, really. It actually was. I think it started as a joke in, or not a joke, but a concept in the anime. And then when they saw how many people enjoyed the anime, that's when they said maybe we should actually release this. Because I don't believe Dungeon Dice Monsters was not released in Japan originally. That was an American thing. So they released it independent of the actual franchise, and then it just never took off. I could be remembering that completely wrong, though. I am not a Yu-Gi-Oh! Expert at all. Zero. Bakugan, I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it, though. That's the extent of my knowledge on Bakugan, is that I've heard of it. I got a cat that's playing fetch with a little ice cream toy. It's a crinkle toy that looks like ice cream. It's made of Mylar film. Never saw the kits, but the anime was sweet. Yeah, I did enjoy that. I know 4Kids, it gets a lot of hate nowadays, but 4Kids did an excellent job with Yu-Gi-Oh! I think a lot of people laugh, and I do too, that they had to remove firearms and guns from Yu-Gi-Oh! But I mean, what else was the option? Just show kids. Basically, Yu-Gi-Oh! Had a lot of influence at my generation. You can't just have Bandit Keith holding a gun to Pegasus's head and make that like a cool villainous thing. Like, oh, he's got a gun. That's so cool. Not really a good idea. 4Kids did a ton for that anime. The dub was absolutely legendary. I mean, look at the memes. There's parodies of it. I mean, they were legendary for that. So I remember that. And Duke Devlin was his name. Duke Devlin was hilarious. Back at it again, Omni Crusader. Heck yeah! I thought the snow is falling, and I need to do a couple things around the house. Put up the tree finally, and I need to shovel. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the snow to all finish falling out there. I don't know how much is out there. I should actually go take a look here in a sec. I can just go open the window. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go soft reset Giratina for a little bit, probably till about 4:30, somewhere in there, and then after that, I'll go shovel. Prex says, I think they should buff slow start. Slow start, I mean, grounded due to the power. Yeah, slow start cripples that thing. You have to get that ability off of it using, well, I was preferring using Gardevoir. Hiccups, lots of hiccups. But you need to ability swap out of it. Like, you got to get that ability off of it, or it's just not even an option. Slow start just destroys that thing. They also removed firearms and the swimsuit contest from Pokemon. Yeah, I know they banned that episode where Team Rocket holds a gun to that dude's head for Dratini. That was pretty bad. But at the same time, I mean, they literally allowed... They held up... Yeah, that's right. They used a bazooka. Literally had a little rocket launcher. Or a missile launcher. They held up a general store in Gen 1. Team Rocket walked into a general store and held the place up with a bazooka. So how is that much better than a gun? You have a massive ballistic that's capable of mass destruction. Like, how is that better than a firearm? So Pokemon definitely was... And they got better over time. They started getting more whimsical and comical about everything. Because I guess you can make explosives cartoony. Cartoon explosions don't do a lot of damage. But getting shot in an anime, there's just no way to make that funny. That's not so good. Metalhead Rob says, I loved Digimon had guns. The green bunny was a badass. He had jeans, but he was a random badass. Metal Greymon had a nuclear warhead on its back. Dude, it like Devimon was remember Devimon literally had a scythe and would kill people, or Devimon. But not just that. Like my favorite, War Growlmon. War Growlmon had ballistics for sure. I mean, that's all it was giant ballistics. Prex says they gave it substitute and protect. Yeah, dude, I only recently found that out. I thought Regigigas, I did not know could have protect in the modern generations. I'm like, finally. Now, pulling off a triple protect, I wouldn't count on that as a good strategy to get through 3 of the 5 moves for slow start. But you know what? It's getting somewhere. And like you say, it's got substitute. But in the end, the best thing to do is just get that ability off of it. I wonder, do you think Topsy-Turvy from a Malamar would reverse the effects of slow start and make them buffs? I've never tried that before, but I kind of wonder. I mean, that's how I defeated Ultra Necrozma, was I had Topsy-Turvy on Malamar. And when the aura kicked in and made Necrozma buff by like 3 stages on every stat, I turned that into a deficit of 3 stages. So, I mean, why wouldn't the same thing work if you sent out in a double battle Regigigas and Malamar? Malamar uses Topsy-Turvy. Let's say it's a speed-built Malamar. The EVs are in speed. The nature is hasty. And give it a quick claw, you know, so it can go first and use Topsy-Turvy, and then suddenly this Regigigas is a total monster. I'm sure that if that does work, that would already be a strategy that's been used. Magical Raven says, I never thought 4Kids was bad until years later. I learned it from the original shows, but I only have good memories with 4Kids. I'm the same way. 4Kids did look at what 4Kids did for the anime industry. I mean, there is nothing wrong with 4Kids. They were doing the best they can. They screwed a lot of people out of money on that side, like the voice actors. I know that. But ignoring the business side of 4Kids, what they produced, their products they made, they did pretty well. Plus, they promoted the hell out of Pokemon. I mean, they put out a full soundtrack, To Be a Master. Anybody have that CD? I think I've got it around here somewhere. The actual CD, To Be a Master. It was the soundtrack that was made. It was only available in the English version. It was made by 4Kids. Topsy-Turvy wouldn't work like that because it affects stat changes directly, like swords boosts, and not indirect stat changes such as burning. Well, yeah, that's a good point. It's probably not going to do anything for burns and I can't really think of anything else that would cause a deficit. But you're right. It probably isn't going to affect slow start because slow start's built in. It's not you can't cast slow start on somebody. But you can use ability swap and get their skill swap and send that crap over to the other side. If only there were a way. I mean, it would be the most impractical strategy in the world, but use ability swap so you can swap abilities, get slow start onto, let's say, a Gardevoir. Then, well, you can't switch out that Regigigas, though, because every time it comes in, it's going to have slow start started. I was going to say, if only there was a Wandering Spirit, so you can actually switch it with somebody. All right, I'm going to go check how that snow's doing. Okay. Well, snow's falling pretty aggressive out there, actually. I've got like 3 inches already. Why use ability swap when you can use simple beam? Yeah, you're right. Simple beam would be a lot more effective. Why take on the ability when you can just get that ability out of there altogether? Although you still can't swap out Regigigas, so you're still stuck with it. Basically, so slow start is just a pain in the ass. Yeah, that's sad about the voice actors, though. I never... Yeah, Pokemon had a bad point. The voice actor who played... I'm trying to think of his name. Doesn't matter. I can't remember names that well. The voice actor that plays James, Eric something, he got really, really screwed by 4Kids and... I can't remember who 4Kids works with. Either way, he got really screwed up by, like... a lot of money that should have gone to him didn't go to him for like promos for different commercials and such. They didn't pay him. And so he got so disgruntled that he actually put it at one point in the anime. And this is the point where it's funny and sad that it had to come to this. He used to do the most ridiculous voices when Victory Bell would eat James from Team Rocket. When James would use Victory Bell, he'd throw the Pokeball out, and Victory Bell would immediately start eating James for some reason. And he would constantly be yelling as James would be yelling inside Victory Bell. The famous or infamous scene is Eric whatever, the voice actor for James, was so disgruntled that he actually recorded the lines, "4Kids is the devil." I forget what else. It was 4Kids and somebody. I can't remember the company they work with. What is that company's name? Either way, I think it was Leonard Bernstein. But still, he actually recorded it, and it is in the anime, in the actual episode. He flipped it backwards, so it's not said forwards, but if you reverse it, he says 4Kids is the devil. And that was definitely the peak point that things were showing themselves as rather bad around there. And it wasn't too long after that 4Kids dissolved, I think. Hang on 1 second. I need to text my father. Yeah, it was Leo Burnett. That was the company. Leo Burnett and 4Kids, by the way. That was what it was. Eric, that's his name, I think. Eric something. Hey, buddy. You got your little ice cream cone, you got your toy mouse, and you got your little crinkle ball. And he's bringing me all his toys. And now they're all laying out over the floor. Going back to your playing Gen 5, I think you might enjoy hunting in the double grass, SOS in Sun and Moon. I do like the idea of the SOS method. I just don't know when I'm going to get time to do that. I'm surprised. I'm squeezing in, I'm doing like a 2-hour stream here just to squeeze in a little bit of time to get this going. But I will certainly try it. But yeah, it was Leo Burnett. I can think I said Leonard, but I meant Leo. Yeah, that was sucked, Raven. That sucked that you find out about, you grow up and you're a kid at the time, and then you grow up and find out what they did, and it's like they kind of screwed the people over. Kind of feel bad for them. Joshua, whoops, gotta reset the game. Joshua says hello, and what will you do after you get the shiny Giratina in Pokemon Diamond? Oh, I don't plan out that far. Don't worry about that. I guess. I don't know what I'll do, actually. There's a couple options. I could duo hunt other legendaries, I suppose. I was thinking I would put on a little bit of a Poke Radar Expo. I don't know. I will definitely hunt Poke Radar. I just don't know. I don't think there's a lot of people that are interested in seeing that at the moment. Poke Radar in this game, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, appears to be super, super simple to do. Way easier than it used to be. So simple, in fact, that you could just get shinies like 20 in a day. It's not hard. So I don't know if that's something I'm going to invest in my time. Not that I think I'm going to do it. I just don't know how much I'm going to do it. I think it'd be cool to maybe play on this for a little while. You know, matching up the two games. I have several hunts that I did in Pokemon Diamond Radar, Ralts, Shinx, Larvitar, trying to think, Ponyta, on this save file anyways. So I could also do that on Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and be like, hey, here's all the hunts I did the first time, and here's all the hunts that I repeated. Hello to all the lurkers out there, too. Anybody that happens to be lurking. I hope you're enjoying the show. I hope you're enjoying the hunt. And most importantly, I hope that I can give everybody a really cool moment in finding a shiny. Shiny Giratina would be awesome. That's why I'm doing it. Because it's such a badass shiny. One of the best by far. Like, it'll always be. Raven says, sounds like the issue that's going round in the book community where authors aren't being paid money by Disney. Ah, good old Disney. Disney is both good and bad on many aspects. They're so disconnected that there's good points of Disney and absolutely terrible, like awful points of Disney. Companies can be doing something sometimes when it comes to paying the rights to the people. Oh yeah, definitely. They're bad about that. They're really bad about that. Disney has a pretty rough history about paying people. So shame on you, Disney. We all know that Disney's freaking awful. Oh, I've got a lot of snow out there. I'm guessing there's going to be 4 or 5 inches out there by the time I go to shovel. Ho-Oh is always the coolest shiny to me. It is a beautiful shiny, isn't it? For me, Lugia, and you know what? Maybe that'll be what I do in the Romanus Park. Yeah, whatever it's called, Romanus Park. Lugia is a good hunt I can take on, because Lugia was my very first legendary hunt ever. Pokemon Silver version. I was like 6 or 7. No, I'd be like... Yeah, okay, I guess I would have been like 6, 7, 8, something like that. Well, I didn't take it on when the game was new, though. So I didn't find out about that until Crystal was out for a long time. In fact, they were talking Sapphire Ruby by then, so... Yeah, I don't know. I guess I estimated it at 21 years. So I said that I would have hunted it in 2000 would be my first shiny hunt. So if that was the case, if I found out about the Lugia, because I know I did breeding hunts first. I did not know why they worked so well, but I knew they worked well. I found it out on, I believe GameFAQs is where I got all my info back in the day. But either way, Lugia I think would be a good target because that was the first soft recent hunt I ever took on in life. I remember the energy I had when I found that thing. As a kid, I was just like, I couldn't sit still. I remember just like, I was so excited. I was shaking. It was insane. I was like, dude, I don't know if I'll ever recapture that magic. That Dialga find was pretty close. Just because it was like, I was literally winding the stream down. I was almost done. I was only going to go maybe a few more, at most, a few more resets. And then Dialga popped up, and I was like, oh, that's perfect. You're just really happy with that crinkle ball, aren't you? He's literally over here just kind of like chewing it. And have you seen Small Ants Only Shinies video? I don't even know any of the other shiny hunters on YouTube, to be honest. to an extent, I'm salty because I paved the road. It was like, wait a minute, I taught everybody how to do the shiny thing. Granted, I didn't come up with it, but still, there's so many people that have been shiny hunting for years. I just didn't record my stuff. How dare ye? But I don't know any of the other shiny hunters, to be honest, so I don't really watch any shiny videos outside of the small group of people I have met. I'm sure there's a lot of people that, especially since they don't have day jobs, they can shiny hunt a lot longer than I can. But I don't really stick around other people's streams unless they're smaller YouTubers that are down to earth and talk to the chat and people I know. Or I can meet, yeah, buddy, I can meet them. Just gonna... Sorry, there's a cat next to me. You gotta understand, when this cat is needy, I gotta pet him, I gotta love him. He takes over everything. Kitty, I would play with you while Nito's playing Pokemon. I had to have Naya when Naya was gonna watch cats while I was gone for Thanksgiving. She took the stream over for like a few minutes because she couldn't keep up with these cats. Wanted to play hard. They wanted to run around like crazy. And I was like, okay, hang on. Let me just abandon the chat. 200 people listen to Naya talk for a little while. I gotta go play with the cats. Yep, you took me away from the chat, buddy. I remember that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Aw, you meowing? You meowing? If you meow loud enough, maybe the chat can hear you. Maybe I'll put the mic down by you. All right, I'm gonna stick the mic down by the cat. Let's see if this works. Nope, he's quiet now. Oh, well. He just meowed at me for like 2 seconds, and then now he's quiet. Yeah, you're such a good cat. Yes, you are. Everybody loves you, and they haven't even met you. Small Ant is a challenge YouTuber, and he did a shiny-only run of Heart Gold Soul Silver, and I'm total... Whoops, hold on. There we go. His entire team of 6 only took 19,000 encounters. Yeah, some people just have insane luck. Or they hack. Oh, sorry. But, he's playing with his little bell mouse now. Kitty, I would hug you. Raven would hug you. Even when you're quiet. Nah, he's just playing with his toys now. All right, Giratina, I'm going to go for like another half hour. You going to make something happen here? We doing this? Unfortunately, I can't say I've ever had insane luck outside of I find a lot of random overworld shinies. Or I shouldn't say overworld, just random non-legendary, non-soft reset shinies. I've had really fast hunts. That's the thing is several legendaries didn't take me that long. And then a couple of them, they took some time. They took my very first hunt ever took so much time I didn't think it was possible. And I remember just watching people saying, like, I thought to myself, how could so many people be posting pictures? How many can, and by the way, we used to use the website Photo Bucket. So I'd see these Photo Bucket links, and they'd say, it works. You actually can soft reset. It works. This is a real thing. And it was like, how could that many people be lying? And I just wanted it to be true. So I don't know how long that Lugia took. I didn't count. But when it shined, I was like, oh my God. But I know that that one was a long... Well, I don't know, I guess. I have no proof that that was a long one. I just remember it being an extremely long hunt. Suicune in Pokemon Coliseum. That was freaking forever. It took me like a year to do that. And I was soft resetting pretty often for that. And then the Sandygast is one of my most recent ones and probably my longest hunt. Because it's the only thing I focused on for like months straight. And yet it took 21,000 encounters and my odds were boosted. I wasn't at full odds. So that freaking stupid piece of sand, like, oh my God. I think my luck died after Sword and Shield. Mine died after Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. I used to have not insane luck, like I get it, you know, like right away luck, But certainly I had good enough luck that where most people say they've never encountered a shiny once, I say I ran into multiple full odds random shinies. However, in Sword and Shield, my luck was trash. Absolute trash. No, I can't say that either, because Regigigas, okay, I guess my luck was trash unless it was Regigigas. Regigigas was like 400 or 500 encounters. So I will give myself credit there. Is Regigigas was a pretty quick hunt. I'm thinking that I'm going to set up the tree. I'm going to set up my little Christmas tree. I've got a very small Christmas tree. I'm going to plug in the lights. And I do, not icicle lights, but I do blue lights around the sunroom. But I'm thinking this year I got to put something outside. I really should. I'm near a stop sign, close enough that when you're stopping at the stop sign, you see my house. So when there's just nothing there, it looks so dull. What should I put up as a decoration in that yard? In my yard of mine, if I want people to be like, oh yeah, that, I'm thinking it's got to be something bright, you know? It's got to be like, wrap it in blue lights, although I don't really prefer to put lights outside. I've never been a big fan of that because you got to really make sure that you don't have any way for moisture to get in to the electrical parts. But I'd like something I could do, you know? I'd like to, or maybe something on the side of the house, like a giant snowflake, or, you know, something to make me the happy house. You know, it doesn't look like I'm just a dull, boring, oh, his sunroom is nice. I think the sunroom being lit up helps, but I could do so much more. The sunroom being lit up makes me look like I'm not a stick in the mud. That's about all I can think of. Is I need to do something outside. 18 likes on the stream. Thank you, everybody who gave me your optional feedback there. Thank you for letting me know how you feel about it. I'm glad that you guys enjoy this, seriously. If it weren't for you guys, this would be dull. I'd have to do something else, possibly not even stream it. Just watch TV, listen to music, something. It's impossible to just sit here and stare at this and do nothing but shiny hunt. So thank you all. Metalhead says, maybe those projector things people stab in the dirt. I do like projectors. I've seen some pretty cool ones, but something that's not been done very often. That's the other thing, too, is I try to make sure that I'm not just copying everybody else with something dull and boring. I want something somewhat cool. I have a projector, for instance, with Nightmare Before Christmas characters on it. Just a little one that I put in the sunroom for Halloween. I think that I can still use that because it's still valid. That's also a Christmas movie. But I also think that I could do something like, I don't know, I thought about putting a TV up in there and just playing Christmas movies. Or, well, actually, it started off by playing Nightmare Before Christmas on repeat. So literally you could pull up to my house at 1 in the morning and watch the movie if you really wanted to. Wouldn't be any audio, but you have the visuals. I did not go forward with doing that, though. I would chat with Nito and make it fun. You are chatting with Nito, and you do make it fun, Raven. And I do speak facts. I try anyways. I don't know. I think chill is the correct word for my hunts, because I'm just not a very super overly enthusiastic. I've caught enough shinies now that it's so hard to get a reaction out of me. It really is. I know that that's what's valued on YouTube is over-the-top reactions, but I just don't have that. But I give you what I got. I can't be more than what I am. And that is all I will ever be. I like that. I spawned them both on the screen side by side. Are they coming in? Yeah, they are. I was going to say, they're both moving in from left to right, right? I don't know why for just a second I thought they were moving opposite directions. Let me just pay attention to that one more time. I know that Giratina has to come in from left to right side of the screen on Diamond. But let me check it on Brilliant Diamond really quickly. God, I'm so much faster on him on the DS. The screen takes... I'll never complain about the Diamond screen again. I used to complain. Alright, really quickly, I need to go grab some water. Therefore, you are now on a Be Right Back screen. Alright, that was quick. Let's do this. Another 15 minutes or so. Not gonna go for too much longer. Make a snow Pikachu. I haven't seen a snow Pikachu anywhere before. There you go. I gotta express my love for Pokemon. You know what'd be kind of cool? Yeah, they both come into frame on the side. Sorry, I don't know why I was thinking it was the other way around. I think a snow Pikachu would be a good idea. Pikachu, I think there's little blow-up Pikachus, but something like that, you know? But I think, you know what would be really cool? Is if I could paint, and I'd have to light it up somehow. You know how the Pokemon Center has those Pokeballs? What? What do you want? The floor is yours. You can meow to your heart's content now. Right now, I'm paying attention. What do you want? He's meowing at me. I think having a light-up Pokeball would be a good one. That'd be just like you have at the actual Poke Center, the store. What's up, Nito? Let's get these shinies today. Shiny Cranidos awaits for you, and I got a couple Giratinas up on the screen. Sir Duckman, how you doing? This is a pretty short stream. I'm gonna end it in 15 to somewhere between now and 4:30. So basically another half hour tops. What, you meowing? Yeah. Can you guys hear that? I'm curious. Is he loud enough that you can hear him? Alright, let's see. Metalhead Rob said maybe you can make a snowman using snow mixed with colored dye or something. Yeah, that's a good one too. I could use, like, fluorescent dye. Make a green snowman that lights up in a fluorescent green. Snow, snow, snow. We need snow. We demand it. I will show you how much snow I'm getting, because right now it looks worse than it is. I think I've got about 3 or 4 inches out there, but it's not bad. The road's actually not looking great, but I will absolutely show you the snow when I go out there to do it. Hey, man, I was at work earlier and couldn't watch. Just got a lunch break. Hey, Breakdown Architect, thank you for watching at work. I hope it's worth it, my friend. How are you doing? Hopefully you're working on a Sunday, so hopefully it's an easy day. I hope that it's not going like total crap, you know? Make a Pokemon Flower Snow. I want to see it. Pokemon Flower Snow. You want me to make Pokemon Flower? Or like a little Pokemon Angels? You should add a link to your Discord in your About section. I thought about that. That is something I've been thinking about for a while, honestly. The problem with that is that if somebody gets to my channel with malicious intent, you know, they won't go through the effort of actually watching my stuff. But if somebody gets that Discord link, they may just be like, okay, I'm going to go in there and do a bunch of crap, you know. I'll think about it. I certainly will think about it. Wonder what it says behind Giratina there on the wall, on that tower. I'm curious. First off, I'm curious if I can actually blow it up or not, and read it with Giratina standing in the way. Was it there in the original? Because I don't believe so. Oh, this is where life sparkles. Oh, that where life sparkles, that where life has faded. A place where 2 worlds overlap. Ah, the distortion world. All right, let's battle him from behind. Roll for initiative. I got him from behind. All right, well, let's see what it says in unknown. Behind Giratina this time. Also, I need to check really quickly. And Jonathan Scott has joined the Discord. Welcome, Jonathan. I hope you find it a place of fun, no generational gaps. I hope you're always in good company. You can come around anytime you want. And you know what? If you guys try out my Discord server and you don't like it, feel free to leave. I'm not going to take it personally. I just hope that I don't fail you. You know, I don't ping everybody for that reason, because I know that, for instance, most people that ping at everybody all the time, sweet. That's a good way to tick everybody off. So that was the first thing I said I wouldn't do. This is that where life sparkles, that where life has faded, a place where 2 worlds overlap. Wait, did they get it right? Hold on. I gotta check this. This is That were life sparkles. Wait. That were life sparkles. That where life has faded. A place where two worlds overlap. Okay, for a second I thought I was missing one. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm in front of it now. Alright, there we go. Anyways, yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna get some eggnog too. I had a little eggnog, but that was a while ago. I gotta get some eggnog in the fridge, you know? That's another thing I like is eggnog. I know that, first off, the first rule of eggnog in my mind is you get what you pay for. If you get cheap eggnog, pretty much gonna taste like Dean's. I'm just not a fan of that. Gotta get something good. Giratina, Giratina. I'm giving you at least 15 or 20 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go shovel. Tis the season. Ah, indeed. It is the season of eggnog. I don't do too much for Christmas. I really do try to celebrate the holidays a little more than I used to. Going out and seeing like Christmas parades is one way to do that. Seeing the Christmas lights, looking at the trees, things like that. There's some Hanukkah celebrations. I like to see the decorations for those too. You know, I'm trying to get out more instead of just be like inside all the time. Like, nah, you know, forget the holidays. Who needs that? Sorry, I had a piece of cat fur that had fallen off of him and I threw it in the trash. I'm not festive. Raven's not festive. We'll make Raven festive. You can be festive with us. Celebrate the shiny season. The season of, well, maybe not so much giving, but certainly giving a lot of time towards something that most people look at as mundane. Oh, the wind's starting to blow out there, too. Talking of Hanukkah, my boyfriend is celebrating that. Hanukkah is actually a really cool holiday that I know very little about. I've been ignorant to celebrate only Christmas, basically, so I definitely try to enjoy celebrating everything all at once with everybody. I don't know a lot of people that celebrate Hanukkah, or actually, I guess I don't know anybody that does, but for sure, you know, it's something that if I given the opportunity, I would celebrate with other people with. Dialga was my first shiny hunt, and I found your past stream to see how long it took. I ended up watching it a while, and I tried, and you kept me hyped, man. Thanks so much. I ended up getting it at 261. Man, Breakdown Architect, you've got some serious luck there. 261, and you got the shiny deity. That is a sick find, dude. That is absolutely awesome. I did not get in 261. I got it in 2150-ish. But still, I was hyped the whole time. That was intense. Prax says, I wish I could get out, but I'm behind in that I can't drive yet, and all my friends went off to college, so I'm just alone at home. I can see that. There's a lot of people that don't drive. To me, it's actually really weird to think about that. I would probably not want to live in the city. I didn't live in Chicago, but I was close enough, and I did not enjoy Chicago particularly. But in the city, there's a lot of people, they live in the city, they work in the city, so most people in the city don't even own a car. And to an extent, that sounds cool, like snow removal, for instance. You don't have to pick up a shovel if you live in the city. It's on the city to take care of it. You don't need a car. If you need to get out somewhere, you just rent one, or find somebody else that can. But at the same time, I can't imagine that because I've always had a car. And if I want to go anywhere, I need a car. So it's a luxury that's kind of like, I could see it. Like, I could give it a couple years of my life not having a car. Just straight up not worrying about insurance, oil changes, tire rotations, and air pressure in my tires, and just straight up not even have that burden. That does sound nice. Like, it'd be cool to have that for a couple years, but then overall, I think I probably wouldn't stick with that. Raven says, I want to drive, but paying for a car is expensive, and learning to drive is another problem. learning to drive, I don't think it's that much of a problem because most of the people on the road never learned how to drive. They suck, man. They really suck. I really, really hate other drivers. They cause accidents because they want to pass people in the snow or go super slow in the snow. It's just ridiculous. Other drivers. That's the thing. In Nito's rule book, how to drive. First lesson: you're the only good driver on the road. Everybody else sucks. Poke Hunter says, "Hey, sorry, I left. I'm back now. Oh, you don't have to apologize, my friend. I was thinking about giving up on the Turtwig hunt, playing the game, then getting the Poke Radar and using it for the underground shiny hunt. What do you think?" Well, it's on the Switch, so you can always make another profile if you wanted to come back to Turtwig. That would be my vote, is stick with it on one profile and play the game on another profile. That's a good way to do it. It's not like the old cartridge games where if you're going to shiny hunt the starter, you're stuck. All right, Giratina is not cooperating. That's a good point. I'll do that. That's what I would do, because in fact, I may do that. I want to play a Nuzlocke of this. Or no, I shouldn't say I may do that. I will do that. I want to Nuzlocke the game. I think it'd be cool to do another Nuzlocke series. I've been trying to do more Nuzlocke series. I do not put as much time as it would require to do everything I want to do on my channel. But doing a Nuzlocke, let's say possibly do it for Diamond and then do it for Black finally, and then eventually Black 2. Either way, to do that, I'm not going to reset this file because then I got to get the shiny Dialga moved out and eventually the Giratina. So instead of doing that, make another profile and record that. You just changed my life with the multiple accounts advice. There you go. Doppelgang. I was planning on doing a solo Let's Go Nuzlocke because I think I could make that pretty interesting, or at least have fun with it. And I therefore had not started Let's Go on my profile. I did it on Naya's profile. And we did that Nuzlocke together. Till this day, I still have not started that profile. So according to the thing, I haven't played Let's Go. In fact, since I haven't played Let's Go, I don't think it would let me get the Jirachi, because I didn't actually play it on my profile. Tyrant's got me close to tapping out. No! Prex, never! We will never give up the hunt. You could take a break from the hunt. That's totally legit. I'm going to stick with the hunt for a few more days. Heck yes, Poke Hunter. Heck yes. We're going to stick with this. We're never going to give up. We are shiny hunters. We don't throw the towel in. It's worth it no matter what it takes. Prex says, I think multiple accounts only works with cartridges from downloaded games. I'm not sure, though. The multiple accounts only work for cartridges, not downloaded games. Well, that can't be. That's impossible because I have a profile on Animal Crossing. Naya has a profile on Animal Crossing, and that's a downloaded game on this Switch. Cat is over here meowing. He's just like, I don't know, what do you want, buddy? I can't read cat. I don't know what you're meowing for. What does that mean? All right, let's see what we got. I'm feeling good about this one for some reason. I'm feeling really good about this one. Never mind. I shouldn't get my hopes up. All right, 408. I'll stop at 4:15 or 4:20. So this stream will be ended in a few. I'll go 12 minutes. Yeah, screw it. We'll go 12 minutes. I'll go 12 more minutes, guys. Then I'm going to have to get back to my day and get that snow out. I'm going to move the snowblower out, which I guess I should have done earlier, and prime it, check the oil, get that thing going. Okay, then that's just what I heard from someone else. Well, may be true. Maybe Animal Crossing is, I don't know how the games work, honestly. Maybe Animal Crossing is different. But I know for the cartridges, I can have 2 profiles. And for Animal Crossing, I have 2 profiles, and between the 2 accounts. Well, actually, no, I take that back. I know somebody, I rated her yesterday, actually. Pegasus has Splatoon digitally, I believe, and she has 2 accounts because when Splatfests would come up in Splatoon, she would put 1 account on one team and 1 account on the other team. So, and hers is digital, so I believe, actually, it is, we're good to go. That you can use downloaded games or cartridges. You can make a backup profile. I'm gonna go with that as my final answer. I'm gonna say that's the answer. And to all the lurkers out there, like I say, I hope you enjoyed the show. You know what? I'm gonna keep shiny hunting this and keep shining. I may do offline encounters. I will say, I will warn everybody. I do shiny hunt not on stream. I don't always go on stream when I do it. So if you see a video pop up, that's what you can expect, is that's what happened. I just keep the mic rolling or keep the mic live over here, and then, you know, just in case it shows up. All right, Giratina. Let's see some magic happen here. You got 10 minutes, Giratina. 10 minutes to make something happen. Highlight of the stream, what happened. You can make it happen. It's all you, Giratina. It's all you. 20 likes. All I can say is thank you guys for letting me know that you like the stream. Alright, just clicking something there. You're not shiny. Goodbye. And you're not shiny. Goodbye. Prex says, I bought Pearl on my own, but I'm getting Diamond for Christmas. So Pearl was really my test run of the game, and Diamond is my actual active one. I'm keeping Pearl unpatched because glitches are cool. I was going to say, I accidentally patched in the glitch, or I patched the glitches. I didn't even realize the game was patching. I had no knowledge that it was going to do that without my consent. So I walked up and it was already patched, which it doesn't matter. After a while, I realized I wasn't going to exploit the glitches anyways. I was like, what am I going to do? I really don't feel like doing the Dark Void glitch anymore. That's something I did in the original games. I'm tired of having to do that. That should not be what it takes to get to the event, Pokemon. And I certainly don't want to duplicate my shinies, because there's no point in that. To me, it's the hunt is the hunt. I did the hunt. Now, cheating and duplicating Dialga at this point would just be so I could give Dialga out. And I will never, I said it on Twitter, if I ever turn into a giveaway streamer where I inflate my subscription number by giving away hacked and exploited shinies, then call me out, quote that tweet, send it to me, and I will buy that person a PlayStation 5. I said I will never turn into that. That's something I have no... So otherwise, without those as reasons for me to do it, I have no reason left to glitch. So I'll just keep rolling with it legit. That and the glitches couldn't get me to Darkrai. I cracked with Darkrai. I did crack with Darkrai back in the day. I did the Dark Void glitch because I absolutely had to have Darkrai. And I didn't want to risk corrupting the data, but I did it anyways. So since thankfully the Dark Void glitch cannot get you. Actually, it's not even the Dark Void glitch anymore. It is the Void glitch. It's just a regular clipping glitch, or I guess you could call it the Garden glitch, because the only one that you could get to is Shaman. So I'm okay without Shaman. Maybe for you, Raven. Maybe I'll shiny hunt it for you. But Darkrai, if Darkrai was accessible, then maybe I would be beating my head against a wall going, oh my god, everybody else gets to go but me. The urge to soft reset a starter in Diamond is strong, but I have so many hunts going. Exactly. I already did the starter hunts years ago. I'm not sure I'm interested in doing it again for some time anyways. At least, you know, I would reset for, say, Moon. if I ever wanted to do that. But I don't want to reset a starter that I've already done, which is why I'm resetting a legendary that I've already done. That's a thing. Strong honor, dude. Metalhead Rob, I am that is me. I have a strong sense of honor, pride, justice. I like, they're overwhelming in my blood, and metal. Just like you, I'm a metalhead. So I'm the metal and honor dude. I like to I basically, I don't like taking shortcuts. I'm the kind of guy that's like, you know what? I'm going to step up to the challenge and do it the right way and get it better than everybody else. Or at least, I shouldn't say that, but I'm going to get it done using just being headstrong. That is a very accurate description of me as a person. All right, Giratina, we're watching you on the DS. You are not shiny next. 5 more minutes, guys. I'm doing 5 more tyrant resets for now, and then I'm done. Oh, do it. Get that blue dino. Let's do it. Breakdown Architect says metal like kill switch engage or heavier like gent. I am definitely a kill switch engage. I actually, personally, I think I gravitate towards slow and heavy. But 5-Finger Death Punch I've seen live, for instance. Shine Down, Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper was amazing. And then if I look over here at, like, CDs that I've got, yes, CDs are still a thing. I've got Disturbed, Evanescence, Chemis. Hold on, I gotta check. Make sure these aren't shiny. We good, we're good, we're good. Faith No More. Oh, let me just start going off my head. Avenged Sevenfold, I've never figured, like, I've never taken Avenged Sevenfold, got accused by metalheads of being kind of sellouts because they went with radio. I'm like, I'd never listened to Avenged Sevenfold, and the first thing I think is, oh, that's what everybody else is doing. Absolutely not. Ra. The band Ra. Absolutely love them. Have I listened to Architects? A little tiny little bit. Just a little tiny bit. I take it I should listen to more. I actually, if anything, haven't gotten a lot of time to sit down and listen to music in a long time. I used to listen at work, and I don't know, it's just, they cracked down. They're like, you know what? It looks so like you're not doing anything if you have headphones on. So they started telling everybody, don't be listening to music on your headphones. I'm like, well, if you think we're just doing nothing, like, and to be honest, to an extent, that is what happened, because I used to watch a couple of my friends stream, and if I was at work doing paperwork, I'd put them up, their streams on the second screen, and I think that's exactly the reason why they're like, you know what? I wonder if people are doing this, but they could have checked my internet browser history 1,000 times and didn't. Otherwise, I would have gotten talked to about, why are you on Twitch? Why are you on YouTube? But either way, so because of that, I haven't gotten a chance to really listen to music so much while I'm doing stuff. Because when I'm at home, I'll turn music on, and I always gravitate to the stuff I already listen to all the time. Chain fishing Wilmer. I was gonna say, is chain and Omega Ruby. I was gonna say, is chain fishing back, by the way? I haven't checked to see if chain fishing is a thing in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Number 5 coming up. Number 5, Prex. Let's see it. Number 5. Stay alive. Number 5. Nito's going for 2 more minutes, and then I'm calling it a stream here. 2 minutes. Oh, sorry, I needed to stretch really quickly. That was a good one. The Holy Hell album and those that wish to exist is just awesome. I'll have to look that up for sure. Alas, no luck, my friend. The only thing I can do is hopefully I can get in on some luck here. 5-minute shiny. The 5-minute shiny. Let's do this. Whoops. That's not the shiny encounter. That's pulling up my menu. Nope. All right. Yeah, because normally you're right. I don't 2 minutes. You're right. I don't really do countdowns. I always do. Or I don't do time downs. I do countdowns. So let's say 5 more. I'll go 5 more resets on the Switch. 5 more resets. 5 more resets, and I'm gonna call it because I gotta go shovel. And I got to go decorate my house a little bit, and I got to clean up the house a little bit because I need to move a few things around. The weight bench is starting to accumulate too many hoodies and coats, and that's not what it's for, so... Still not as bad as Tepig, so I don't mind unless I just jinxed it. I take it your Tepig hunt was pretty bad? Crazy how much faster the DS version is. I used to complain about how long it took. I don't know why I ever complain. I'll never complain again about this. It's literally, even though the odds are half, sorry, they are half. They're literally half of what the odds are of the new gen. It's twice as fast, so it's almost like It doesn't realistically work out that way, but I mean, if you think about it, I'm getting 2 encounters in at half the odds, so I'm rolling the dice twice in the same time it takes me to roll them once over here. So truthfully, I mean, they're kind of the same then. Still hunting Tepig after a year. 6K resets, dude. 25K resets on Mewtwo. Let's Go is not treating me well with Mewtwo. That was 2 encounters. And then we don't even talk about Cresselia at this point. All right, let me check Discord. Discord looks good. Anybody that joined the Discord, I hope that you find it a nice place in good company, have fun discussions, and I'm going to try to make it fun. I got a couple of ideas. I'm just going to throw out weekly topics. But otherwise, I hope it's just a fun place to be. Gen 5 odds are yeah, Gen 5 is still at 1 in 8,192 if I'm remembering correctly. Then in XY, that's when they permanently changed it to 1 in 4,096. And on top of that, there's this little thing called the shiny charm. So I refuse to accept the shiny charm. I won't hunt with it. Not that it's a bad thing to do it. It's just, I don't know. It's, to me, it's like, you know what? I don't know. I'm too hardcore, I guess, for that. It's just, I'm like, wait a minute. I've never backed down from 1 in 8,000 odds, and why do it now? Eventually, I'm probably going to get to the point where I'm like, well, I've been doing it full odds for too long now. I deserve this stupid charm. Hand it over. All right, 2 more encounters on the Switch. 2 more, and then I am done for the day, and I thank you guys for hanging out this afternoon with me. I'm going to go shovel some snow. The final 2 encounters. Which on the DS is like 4. Here we go. Number 2. Nope. All right, the last encounter on the Switch coming now. The final encounter. Thank you all for hanging out over the last 24 hours. I've had 2 streams, and many of you have hung out for both of those streams. I can't thank you enough. I really am honored that you chose here to, especially to hunt with me. That is just so cool. So thank you all once again. Giratina on the DS is being a pain. Got 21 likes on the stream. I appreciate 21 people taking the time, optionally, to let me know how you feel about it. No more lurking, I guess. I'm sorry, Maxim. I can't just stream forever, though. I got a few things I got to take care of. But here it goes. The last 2 encounters, and I'll do them simultaneously on both games. First, I'll start off on this one. Let's see if I can get them in frame together. Oh, that was way off. You're not shiny. You're not shiny. I'm afraid that's it, guys. Thank you so much. What can I say other than it has been a pleasure to constantly be streaming this. It's been fun. Poke Hunter, Calorin, Juice and Maxim, Prax, Metalhead Rob, Magical Raven. It's been a pleasure. It always is. I'll let you know if Turtwig decides to shine. I am listening always to you guys' hunts. You can comment how the hunt is going. I'm genuinely interested. You can comment on YouTube, let me know, or you can send it in Discord. I would love to see pictures of them. Otherwise, I just want to check one quick thing. Nope, that's pretty much it. I'm good to go. I was gonna check and see if somebody was live, particularly if I was gonna raid or not. But all right, guys, I'm gonna leave it off here. What can I say? Whoa, Mark, did you just get a shiny right as I was about to click end the stream? That is freaking amazing. You got a shiny Litten W in the chat. That is absolutely amazing. I may not have gotten the shiny at the last second, but you did. That is awesome. Very well done, my friend. That is absolutely cool. JL says, come on. I hope this is the one. I know, I wish, but it was for Mark. Mark got it. I may not have gotten my shiny, but you did. That was awesome. So my send-off is to you, my friend. Regards, and guys, thank you so much for sticking around and enjoying the hunt. I will see when the next time is. I will post it in Discord, probably post it on YouTube on the community tab. I'll try to give you guys a good idea when it is. I also need to do one quick thing here is I need to move this up. And I'm going to do that before I forget. There we go. Is it too far up now? No, I think it's fine. All right. Yeah, I think it is too far up. Just want to... There we go. Okay. Good now. All good. Catch you guys later. I'm signing out. I'm Nito Marquis. Humble and proud. It's been a pleasure and it's been fun. You guys have a good end to your weekend. I'll see you around.